Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Spartan Tool Procast, brought to you by the International Institute of Sewer and Pipe Cleaning, where you can send your technicians to a 2-day course, get them trained by the best in the business, and get them certified as a drain cleaner. You can visit those guys at www.sewerinstitute.com. I am your co-host, Mike Sekach, and with me, as always, is Eric Boonstra.
What's up, guys?
And our lovely producer, Emily Simmons. Eric, Emily, how you guys doing on this fine Friday morning?
It is wonderful.
I'm doing great, Mike. How about you?
I'm hanging in there trying to get through this miserable heat here in Cincinnati, but can't complain too much. So, hey, we got a really special episode today. One of really good customers that we'll highlight here shortly. But before we get into that, Emily, can you please highlight last week's episode for our viewers?
Yeah, last week we had episode 13, we did a Model 300 overview. So front to back, all over coverage of that machine. We took it apart, put it back together. So if you've got a Model 300, or if you want to know how to use a Model 100 drum on your 300 machine, check that out.
Awesome. Yeah, Eric, again, great job last week. That was a good episode. Very, very well received. So with that, Eduardo Quintero, we call him our original sewer raider, Pasadena, California. Eduardo, welcome to the Procast.
Thanks.
Well, we appreciate you joining us.
Pleasure.
Today. We talk a lot about Eduardo, so Eduardo's always in the comments, especially if we got a loyal. We know at least we got one loyal watcher, Mike. We know that, right? We got one.
Well, and I got my special Eduardo King Rooter shirt on today, so.
Thanks.
I'm still waiting for Mike to send me mine, or else I'd be wearing it too. So there's that.
You're getting one for sure.
All right, I appreciate it. All right, Eduardo, let's jump right into this. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you're located, what you like to do, just a little background on yourself.
Yeah, I'm located in Pasadena, California. I just pretty much just like to clean drains. It's like my hobby. That's pretty much what I do. 6 days out of the whole week, from 8 in the morning to probably 8 at night. So that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. And then on the weekends, I try to spend time with my family. Well, I do, whatever they want to do.
They say when you love what you do, it's not really a job, right?
Right. A lot of people know me around my area, so I'm always busy.
Awesome. How long have you been in the trade? How'd you manage to get in the trade? Give us a little background on your journey into the trades.
I got in the trade one of my uncles. He's a plumber. He used to work a rescue rooter, and when I was like 14 years old, I kind of wanted to do plumbing, I think, but I didn't really get started until I was like 17 or 16 or 17. And then within the year that I started cleaning drains, I bought my truck a year right after. So then after that, I just been doing it ever since.
Wow.
I've been doing cleaning drains for 17 years or 16 years now.
Wow, that's awesome.
32 years old now.
All right, so you just said
still excited about it.
Yeah, he loves what he does. It's a hobby. I mean, not many people can say that, honestly. Let's just be honest about it. So, I mean, Mike and I love what we do here, and the company and our jobs. I mean, so we can totally relate to what you're saying. And yeah, when you love what you do, it kind of makes it easy to get up every day and go in and get her done. So that's awesome. So Pasadena, home of the Rose Parade. I'm a little envious there. I'm not gonna lie. That's my go-to thing on New Year's Day. Besides all the bowl games, is I love to watch the Rose Parade. So that's pretty cool. So what other areas in California do you service? What part of the Orange County is it? You just stick to Orange County? Tell us a little bit about the areas you serve and the services that you offer.
I've been throughout the whole San Gabriel Valley throughout the whole time I've been doing this. I worked for other companies, like 2 or 3 other companies that also did the same area. So I pretty much know the whole San Gabriel Valley. And right now I'm only doing like half an hour away from Pasadena, any direction, north, south, east, or west.
Wow.
And I pretty much just do drain cleaning the most, like 80%, and then just plumbing repairs. I don't get too much into new construction or water filtration systems. I don't get into all of that stuff. I just do mainly sewer.
Okay.
The most, yeah.
So full line replacements. Are you doing any bursting or lining, or what are you doing in trenchless repair?
Yeah, so pretty much we start off obviously with the drain cleaning, and then after that we got the jetting, and then after that, I have my own pipe burst equipment, and then I do pipe patch repairs too, and then lining. If I have to go that route, then we do that too.
Awesome.
So
You focus
cover everything that has to do with pipes.
Yeah. Awesome. Sorry. So for everybody watching, there's a little bit of a delay here, so we might walk over each other a little bit, but we'll get through this. Common issues. So you said you pretty much stick to drains. You're not really doing any new construction on it. What are the most common issues that you're seeing, that you see day to day in the drain cleaning work that you're doing?
Just like roots, like problems as far as in the drain, just a lot of roots, just a lot of grease. Sometimes, cast iron disappears under the ground. Mainly, that's all I deal with, cast iron, clay. A lot of where I'm at, there's not a lot of ABS still installed yet, here and there you got the earthquakes breaking pipes and all that, but mainly roots is what we deal with the most. That's why I do a lot of war hogging.
Okay. So obviously California's been hard hit with COVID, just like the rest of us, but you guys seem to have been hit a little harder recently. How are things doing out there? How has COVID affected the way you run your daily business, and what measures are you taking to protect yourself, your customers? Just give us a little bit of background about the current situation out there and how you're approaching it from the COVID standpoint.
Yeah, for right now, a lot of places are still shut down. A lot of people aren't working a lot, so and I imagine people are still getting sick around here. So I use my masks. We wear our gloves, and everywhere. We don't pretty much take them off at all. But a lot of people are staying at home, so I'm still getting a lot. I'm getting more calls now than I ever had in last year. I've been busier now, more than I was last year or even 2 years ago. It's just a lot of main lines backing up, a lot of drains backing up. So I stay busy a lot.
Wow. Man.
We just try to be careful and make sure nobody.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is too that
somebody's.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah. And I think a lot of that, Eduardo, from our customers that we've heard from is, it's, the family unit has kind of been at home now. A lot of people are working from home. More people are inside the residences at this point. So service plumbing and drain cleaners in particular have been very busy. I look at our poor trash guy that works at Rumpke here in Cincinnati. He probably hates us at this point. We have a lot of trash that we produce now that I'm home and the kids are home. So, I could definitely see that. So, Eric just asked you about common issues that you run into, but let's talk about challenging issues. One of the things for me being in Cincinnati, Cincinnati is an old city with old pipes, right? Old structures. One of my challenges was a 3-handle shower valve, trying to tear that thing out with all the concrete in the wall and wire mesh. I know Eric's one of his was a drum trap that he would run into cleaning drains. So, what's the most challenging part of your job?
Most challenging part of my job, I would just have to say when there's no clean out, no clean outs. I have to remove the traps and I have to go up on the roof. Other than that, when there's clean outs, then I'm in and out. But that's mainly my most difficult task of what I do is going up on the roofs and just removing toilets or popping traps, to clean drains. But other than that, it's not that challenging no more.
Well, yeah, I'd say after 17 years, you've almost ran into almost everything there is to see in your area at this point. So that's good. Now, customers that we do have on here, it's funny because these are the guys, guys like you that reinvest back into your business. I know as soon as we come out with a new product line, our Revolution high-speed line, you were one of the first ones to have it. We teamed up with Snap-on with the 718. You had it. You have a skid mount jet now, a pull behind jet now. Your 1065 is two of them. Yeah. Your 1065, your go-to. So, you're that guy that's going to keep growing his business because you keep reinvesting in that. So what Spartan tools in particular have really kind of helped launch your business to the next level?
758 for sure. But when I first started, it was a 1065, but really I started with 3, I started with the 100, a 300 and a 700. And that's how I really got started. And then I just, needed more cable. So I bought a 1065 and then when I couldn't clear the lines, too many routes, I needed a jetter. So then I needed to somehow get a hold of one. And then I finally did. And then since I started doing jetting, that's what took off fast, like within the year. Because I've only been on my own for 6 years. I started my own business 6 years ago, and when I got my skid mount, that really helped me out. If it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. Hey, yeah. But
Awesome.
the skid mount definitely was one.
Nice. Yeah. So for those of you who haven't followed Eduardo on Instagram, maybe Emily, if you can put that in the link below. So it's at King Bruder Hydrojet. Eduardo is very active on there, jetting lines out, running his electromechanical machines on there. It's a really good page to follow. He puts a lot of content up, so you can definitely follow him and his products on there daily. So, Eduardo, what is your favorite Spartan tool product?
All of them.
That's a good answer.
They're all my favorite.
Well, listen, for the viewers at home, why don't you give us a little shot of your hand, will you?
There
Look
it is.
at that.
I'm telling you.
That is brand loyalty. So Eduardo's got a Spartan head tattooed on his hand, and then on his knuckles it says 1065. Absolutely incredible. Listen, one of these days I'll pull the trigger. Me and Eric are going back and forth. That's awesome. All right, so Eduardo, I mean, you've been doing it now for 17 years. You've had your own business for 6 years. This is a great trade to get into. I mean, me and Eric are advocates of this trade. We're licensed plumbers. Emily is a licensed drain cleaner. We absolutely love this industry. What advice would you give to somebody that's thinking about getting into this trade?
That's really getting in to this trade. Just try it out. Just try it out, and if you can deal with the smells, and you can running cables. If you think unclogging drain just for you, then just pursue it. And, save your money, invest your money, and buy all your equipment and start as soon as possible, so you can get ahead fast. Not get ahead, at a slow pace, because you got to keep up with everyone around here to be the best. Buy Spartan equipment for sure.
Yeah,
that's one of my best advice.
Good advice right there.
Yeah, and I mean, it lasts. I mean, if you think about it, Eduardo's been on his own now for 6 years. We personally know companies that have been in business for 20, 30, 40 years, and they still haven't gotten to a point where they've invested into a jet. They're still subcontracting work. In 6 short years, Eduardo's got a fleet of jets now, a fleet of equipment. Again, everything new that comes out, he has that. And he keeps reinvesting in the business. One thing I want to take away as well is he said, he's never been so busy. We are in a global pandemic right now, and this man is busier than he's ever been. So, guys, if you're thinking about getting into this trade, it's essential. You're an essential worker. It's hard work, and like Eduardo said, you're going to deal with smells. I mean, listen, I can play in a septic tank all day long, but a grease trap, I don't think you ever get used to that smell. It's not very glorious, some days, but it's a hard job. But you definitely get out what you put into it. Again, plumbing has certainly opened up many doors for Eric and myself, and definitely Eduardo. So, no, good words.
Yeah.
So, Eduardo, I know you got a lot of work to do, so we're going to get you out of here in a few minutes. But before we let you go, any final words of encouragement or any words of wisdom for our viewers today? What do you want to leave everybody off with?
Just if you get tired of working for, other people, just like I said, save your money, invest your money. And if you feel like you're really good, you feel like you're like if you want to unclog drains and you feel like you're one of the best, you're good at what you do, then you got to go ahead and advertise your phone number. First of all, that's what I did. I advertised my phone number more than anything else. I invest a lot of money. I advertised my phone number, and then a lot of money on equipment, and then just one. It's like you're the best, and you use the best equipment. Takes you a long way. It takes you a long way. Yeah. And then you get well known after that when when everybody knows you're really good at it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of speaks to you and your character in the community, Eduardo, because I know me and you are we talk on a regular basis, and Eduardo does have a lot of contractors, plumbers, and guys that are just looking to get into the trade. They look to him. Again, a guy that's been doing it since he was 16 years old, has been on his own for 6 years. It may not sound like a long time, but he's got all these people in the Pasadena, Orange County area coming to him for advice. So again, even if you don't have experience, a lot of these companies will help you and guide you and train you. And again, that's the Spartan advantage. Eduardo has he lived 10 minutes away from his territory manager. If there's training or the machine's down or anything like that, don't feel like you're going to be on an island by yourself, because we got your back. The Spartan TM model is one of a kind. Nobody can replicate that. And we're very proud of that. And Eduardo, I mean, we're very proud to have, customers like you and your family, reinvesting in your business with Spartan tool equipment. And it's as rewarding for Eric and I to see how well that you guys are doing, with the equipment. So again, thank you very much for being on here. You are definitely the OG sewer raider, and I hope you guys have a great weekend with the family. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Eduardo.
All right, see you later, Eduardo.
Thanks, Eric. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Emily. You guys have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Love that guy.
He's a great guy.
That's awesome. He's passionate about what he does, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, like I said, guys, if you haven't yet, go check him out at King Rooter Hydrojet on Instagram. He posts on his stories and his I don't know, what do the kids call it these days, Emily? A wall, a page. I don't know. I'm still in the MySpace days. I miss my MySpace wall.
Oh boy.
We're all getting too old.
I'm showing my age there, but yeah, guys. Again, I think it was we love highlighting our customers. Eduardo is a great customer, and I think again, we're very happy to see the progress that he's made in 6 short years. And take the words of wisdom from him and just listen. Again, he's an essential worker. He's out here every day. I mean, he just bought another jet from us. He just bought a 718 from us. I mean, in a global pandemic, his company keeps going. He's still providing for his family and putting food on the table. So it was really good to have him on. Eric?
Oh yeah, no, it speaks to his passion. I mean, the fact that he's going and is going stronger than ever. I mean, like we said, you're going to get dirty. It's not a glamorous job, but I mean, for me, there's just a certain amount of satisfaction in taking care of somebody's problem, walking away from a job, knowing that you helped somebody and took care of the problem and got them going again. I mean, that was half of it for me. I mean, I loved that part of the job. To me, that's probably the best part of it, honestly.
Best for me is standing in a foot of water in somebody's basement, running at 1065, and all of a sudden the floodgates of heaven open up, and the angels are playing their harps and trying to just see that water going down the drain line. There is no better feeling than that. Absolutely love it. Takes a different individual, doesn't it?
Don't know if I ever heard the angels, but I was pretty happy.
Oh, I heard them every time.
I was pretty happy. I'm doing something wrong. I was pretty happy to see the water go down, but you took it to a whole nother level. I mean, I probably need to up my game a little bit in the drain cleaning department then.
No. Not all of us can have out-of-body experiences, Eric. That's okay.
No, not in the sewer system. You're right. So that's. I'll.
So Emily, next week we're shaking things up a little bit. So you want to kind of tell our customers what's going on next week?
Yeah, we are taking a week off next week. We're going to regroup and we'll be back on July 24th with episode 15 coming at you. We'll let you know what that's going to be pretty soon. So meanwhile, you can check out everything on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're also on LinkedIn, and you can see all our videos on YouTube at Spartan Tool Videos.
Awesome.
15 weeks already.
That's crazy.
Can't believe it.
That's crazy.
See all the gray coming in here? We ain't getting any younger, Em, that's for sure.
Well, you can't talk about gray.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Guys, Eric, final thoughts leading them into the weekend?
Well, it's raining up here, so I'm going to say for stay dry. We need the rain. It's a welcome sight up here today. Mm-hmm. We are really thankful for it. It's been a good day, and it's a little cooler here. So if you're as hot as what we've been lately, stay cool. If you're out in the field, stay hydrated. Make sure you're taking breaks and just take care of yourself.
Yeah, everybody just stay safe out there. Continue wearing your mask. Continue to social distance. The virus is not going anywhere. So everybody just be safe and be
Not just
careful.
yet.
Yeah, you guys heard it from Eduardo. I mean, he's masked up all the time. You know, he's got proper PPE on. You know, I watched one of my favorite YouTubers yesterday, who's a international vlogger, just contracted COVID-19 traveling to Serbia. You know, the message that he put out to everybody was, you know, I don't think I was as safe as I should have been, and I didn't think it was a big deal. So, last thing we want to hear about is one of you guys getting sick here. So, you know, please continue to assume that everybody does have the virus and then take care of yourselves. But again, Eduardo and family, thank you very much for being on here again today. Again, if you haven't followed him at King Rooter Hydrojet on Instagram. Other than that, you guys have a safe, relaxing weekend. Sewer Raiders, signing off.